Airlines are canceling flights to Israel after the Gaza conflict came too close to the country's main airport. This as diplomatic efforts to end the fighting intensify in Egypt. For the very latest now, we're going to go live to CCTV's Stephanie Freed, who is in Tel Aviv. Stephanie.
Well, Susan, as you noted, airlines are suspending flights to Israel. To name a few: Lufthansa, KLM, United, Air France, U.S. Airways, and that's just the start of it. And that is because a rocket, as you noted, landed too close to the airport. I can testify personally, being at the airport yesterday to pick up a passenger. Within minutes, we were outside of the airport complex, and a rocket did fly overhead and was intercepted right overhead. So there's an understanding there of the concern and the concern for not having a repeat of what we're seeing now that happened over Ukraine. Essentially, the fighting continues on the ground inside of Gaza, with the latest count there being right now more than 600 killed inside of Gaza. The death toll now also mounting on the Israeli side, Israeli soldiers closing in on 30. One Israeli soldier is missing, believed to perhaps be in the hands of Hamas. In the interim, UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon is here. He's visiting. He met with Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu earlier today. They held a joint press conference. Both of them had statements about the ongoing situation. Of course, Ban Ki-moon is here trying to broker a ceasefire deal urgently between Hamas and Israel.
My message to Israelis and Palestinians is the same. Stop fighting, start talking, and take on the root causes of the conflict so we are not back to the same situation in another 6 months or a year. We must address these underlying issues, including mutual recognition, occupation, despair, and denial of dignity. So people do not feel they have to resort to violence as a means of expressing their grievances. Military actions will not increase Israel's stability and security in the longer term.
And of course, Ban Ki-moon, that was one of the things that he said. He also said, he did comment about Israel's heavy-handedness in Gaza, the civilian death toll there being extremely high. At the same time, he said his heart was heavy regarding rocket strikes by Hamas into Israel. One thing he did say that was interesting to note is that a fundamental truth is the two sides in the future going forward will still have to live side by side. Essentially, he's saying they need to come to some sort of agreement. On the flip side, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu defended Israel's position, saying Hamas are extremists. They left Israel no choice but to conduct essentially the current campaign, and also that Israel, or he or his government, holds Hamas responsible for and accountable for the current campaign because Hamas has not agreed to any ceasefire proposals that have been put onto the table so far. Susan.
Stephanie Freed reporting live in Tel Aviv. Thank you so much for that.